This DSA1 UGA fan ranting opinions. Give it a moment of silence to Black Tron reload it. Been wanting to do this for a little minute now, and it seems like right now, at this current point in time, is a good time as any to do it. So, moment of silence. Alright. I just wanted to make sure it was a respectable moment of silence for that man. It's not football related, but it's a YouTuber that I knew through YouTube, like listening to his points that he made on certain people's broadcast, podcast, or however you want to put it. But dude dropped a lot of knowledge. So, with that being said, rest in power, Black Voltron reloaded. Man, look. I listened to Davin Bellamy a couple days ago, and he said something that made sense that I didn't really realize because I'm looking at college football as a fan. He was saying against, I want to say it was Ole Miss. It was a video that he was breaking down either Ole Miss or the Florida game. I want to say it was the Florida game, actually. Me and the fellow assassins, we was out at the Georgia-Florida game. And what I noticed was, like all people notice who are Bulldog fans when it comes to Bobo, he does a lot of screen passes. But the way Davin broke it down, he was basically saying when you stretch the defense out like that, you make them tired. Then you get to hit them up the middle. And I was kind of disappointed in what he said because I was looking at it as a fan. I wasn't analyzing as well as enjoying the game what was really going on. And it made sense. But at the same time, if your screen passes are not causing 50% of the damage when you run them, if you run 10, 5 of them should cause some damage. If you're not doing it like that with the screen, man, you gotta switch that up. Gotta do something else. Hell, stretch them out. Make them think you're going deep, or at least middle of the field to set the screen up to set the run game up. I mean, I could be wrong, but I'm just looking at what plays he has shown. Like, he really don't like Gunner or even Beck to throw it deep like that. And when he did throw it deep, we had receivers that couldn't catch, so that was basically defeating the purpose. It's like trying to run 5 plays up the middle and you ain't getting no yards. You just keep running the same play. Like, a lot of them plays with the receivers that Georgia had last year, a lot of those plays should have been short to intermediate passes. I mean, this is just me looking back on it and thinking on it now. So, watched the game last night between Texas. I was kind of looking at it like, okay, Texas might come in here and do something. But I also had in the back of my mind that Arch Manning was really not going to take off like that. They showed his stats the first 7 games. He was like 230-something. The last 3 games, he was like 330-something. Okay, you made a 100% increase. That's not knocking your skill set, but who did you play them last 3 games? Because those first 7 games, you had Alabama in there. They gave you hell, and you had Oklahoma they gave you hell. So the other 5 games I really don't know about, but I'm just saying, those 5 games you went up against quality opponents and you struggled. Your last 3 games, and then including this one, your last 4 games, I want to say I don't think they got 200, at least 250 yards. I'll give them 200. They probably got 200 yards passing. But their rush game was pretty much dead. And then even going into the 3rd and the 4th quarter, that started even getting clamped down. So, I mean, Georgia does what Georgia does. For the past, 4 years. Maybe I actually say even longer than that, even under Kirby. Before and after Monken. The offense has always, I ain't gonna say always, at certain points in time, depending on the personnel, the offense has sputtered. First half can barely put any points up. Second half, pull off dang near a 30-point run. And it is all based off of playing with what the defense give you, making adjustments on the fly, quarterback to coaches. Like that takes skill. But when you see it, when you run 2 or 3 run plays and that team cannot stop it, which is your bread and butter, this is not even a disappointment type rant that I'm making right now. It's more of a trying to understand and realize what's really going on with the plays that have been seen and not looking at it as a fan, like actually trying to understand that part of the strategy when it comes to stretching the defense out vertical instead of horizontal. For a defensive line, yeah, that can work. But you also got to be making positive yards. You can't be losing yards on a lot of those plays or getting nothing out of it. Losing and getting nothing out of it is not a benefit. That's a detriment. But that one play where he caught, I forgot the tight end's name, young dude. When he caught him over the in between the hashes with that dump, with that pass, and I think he scored off of it. That was like what, 15, 20 yards, 10, 20 yards. And then he just ran the rest in. And then I think he got like 3 passing touchdowns and 2 rushing touchdowns, and he was one of the rushing touchdowns. It's like with that onside kick, it just was like we finna roll these boys. You 3-0 playing Georgia. You lost to them at home. Then you lost to them in Atlanta. Then you lost to them in Georgia. Man, Texas fans need not to talk any shit. Oh, this is another thing that I had on my mind. Even though it's more than likely has already been talked about, already been said, but I want to get y'all opinion on it for those who see it now or in the past. When Arch Manning was a recruit and Georgia was going after him, all these fans was like, yo, we need to get Arch Manning. We need to bring him here. We need to spend whatever, blase, blase. Y'all seen how that young man done played for at least 1.5, possibly 2 years now. Actually, this is his first year starting, but I mean, as far as the playing time he's gotten in between that. Do y'all really think Arch Manning would have been a good quarterback here? Let's say Brock Vandagriff and Gunnar left. Picked up Puglisi, but didn't get the dude that's the quarterback at Nebraska, Dylan Raiola. Didn't get him. So, I mean, do y'all really think Arch Manning would have been a good fit at Georgia? Or was y'all really just wanting to get that dude because of his last name? Oh, we got a man in the play for Georgia. His aunt played for Tennessee. They don't like us. They don't like the Georgia fan base. I mean, what the hell? Then his other uncle played at Ole Miss. Georgia and Ole Miss really ain't got no history with them like that. So, I mean, it is what it is at that point. And then his son just so happened to come to Texas, which just so happened was going into the SEC. Because Arch Manning junior year, they were still in the Big 12. His senior year is when they went into the SEC. So, I mean, think about it. Was he really going to come to a SEC school if Texas and Oklahoma wasn't coming in 2 years ago? Like, think about it. I ain't saying the young man trash. I'm just saying y'all like hyping folks up. And then they turn around and not be what you expect. And now you mad at them. Oh, Arch trash. Y'all, we seen that last year. We seen it then. That one new. We already seen it. We already knew he wasn't ready. That ain't his fault. But I mean, I hope the Bulldogs that got hurt this Saturday, injuries are not devastating. Hope it's a little bump, bruise type situation, nothing broken. But yeah, man. I was kind of getting agitated in the Texas game. I was kind of getting agitated because it seemed like neither side could really do nothing with each other, and like let's say the second and third quarter until that onside kick happened. Then shit just went left, all the way left, like Tokyo drift, just slid all the way left quickly. Because I was always wondering, which goes back to last week's game. Some people say it was a brilliant idea to make Gunner take a knee. That was like the biggest FU to Florida. And Devin Bellamy broke that down too. I forgot how he put it, but he did break it down. And I thought about it. I was like, man, I was mad as hell when I seen it. But still, to a degree, I was still mad. Because I'm like, why do you just go ahead and score? Oh, you get him back the ball. You get him the ball back with 1 minute and 8 seconds left. You up 3 touchdowns. How the hell you scoring 3 touchdowns in a minute? At best, you can get a field goal. No, at best, you actually score. At worst, you're kicking a field goal. And at a destructive level, you done coughed the ball up on a fumble or you done threw a pick. And what could be worse than that is if either one of those happen and they get returned for a touchdown. So, yeah, it go live real quick. Like, real quick. I wanted the points to be for real with you. But symbology can also be a good way to get a point across. I don't like Florida. I wanted utter destruction of Florida. I wanted that beat down to be like Georgia versus TCU. And then I spelled the stuff wrong on my shorts. I put they was getting out of here. And spell checks just said, you know what? Let me screw that all the way up for you. Got me out here looking like I'm dyslexic and 7 years old trying to type on a goddamn screen. Then I can't go back and fix it. But anyway, once Georgia defense locked in, it was like there was no going back. And then it seemed like Bobo it seems like now to me Bobo is getting comfortable with calling plays. Not saying that he wasn't at first, but you can tell when a coach is aggressive, they're trying to play it in between, trying to get what they give. And then you got one that's just really gonna play extremely conservative, that's really not trying to score, just really trying to run the clock out. It seems like he's going from conservative to let me put my toes in the water and let me try something. And then with the players that Georgia has, because I think one of the running backs got hurt. Because I know Kobe Young out with a fractured leg. And then 2 other Bulldogs went down. I want to say a lineman and another skill position player. So, I mean, if Georgia got some good skill position players behind them that should basically keep this stuff going with a few mistakes, I would like to see Georgia and Alabama in the SEC championship just so we could beat them at that point. But Bama gonna come out to play, so I wouldn't be expecting to win, but I know it's gonna be a fight. So to my guesstimation, I think it's gonna end up being Georgia and A&M if A&M don't lose to Texas, or it will probably. I don't think Ole Miss has lost another game, so they got one loss too. Damn, Alabama just took their second loss. I think it's Georgia, Ole Miss, Texas A&M. I mean, Texas A&M, Texas A&M, Georgia, Ole Miss, and like one other team that got at least one loss and or undefeated. So if two of them other teams take a loss between now and SEC championship, and Georgia finished his last conference game this week, might be on up in there, but at the same time, that means you definitely got to win it if we lose Georgia Tech. I don't see it happening, but I'm just saying Georgia Tech gonna put up a fight like they did last year. They're coming out flat like a soda with the lid open a little bit. Probably not gonna cut it against Georgia Tech. Georgia Tech letting their nuts drop, and they feel like they got a chance this year too. Even though they almost lost or they did lose. No, they beat the brakes off of North Carolina State. They did them boys bad. Beat them like they stole some and old interest and returned it late. That's what they did in North Carolina State. I'm just saying. This is crazy. But man, I'm going ahead and holler at y'all a little later. Really wanted to get that off my chest and talk to y'all real quick. Hopefully y'all see this. And let your folks know. Like and subscribe. I think if y'all get me to 100, I can start going live. I'm not sure about that though. But if y'all wanna holler at your boy live sometime, man, y'all help me get there and see what happens from there. Alright. DSA1 UGA fan RANT opinions. I'm out.